Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy. I'm back. How's everybody doing on this beautiful Sunday? Sunny. Hopefully, you guys are relaxing and chilling for the most part, right? Just chilling out. It's the weekend, right? Just make sure I click all of these things off. So yeah, welcome you guys to Live Narc Free. This channel is all about inspiring and motivating you guys to live your best life. Also getting free and staying free away from the narcissists. My t-shirt, Live Narc Free. Make sure if you guys would like to support mental health awareness, you go ahead and get your Live Narc Free t-shirts at teespring.com/Live Narc Free. Right, and I believe you do get 30% off. It's until, I think it's the end of February. Thank you guys for the like. You do get 30% off when you use the promo code Stay Free, right? So shout out to everybody watching the channel. And please feel free, you guys, to chime in. If you ever broke no contact away from your narc, I love to hear, what happened. Now, me personally, I have been dealing with narcissists since 2010. Since 2016, I have been helping people overcome narcissistic abuse, right? So when I broke no contact with the narcissist, it was crazy. I wish I never did, right? This is around the time I believe I caused a narcissistic injury when I did not want to be a side chick to the narcissist, and he was really upset. And at the time, as I always say, I met him because he was a mentor of mine. He was showing me, or I guess pretending to show me how to be a music producer, which I'm still, highly interested in music production. I love music, right? Hey, Christopher, how are you? So yeah, and pretty much after that, after I basically said, no, I don't want to be your side chick, there was no contact. I think it was for like 2 weeks. And I so wish that I would have never responded to any more of his messages, no phone calls, nothing, like no social media attempts for him, to contact me. I really regret it because I remember that day after I basically said, hey, no, I don't want to be your side chick. I don't want any dealings. I don't want to take this any further, right? He actually reached out to me 2 weeks, and he was just like, hey, how you doing? Trying to pretend like he was a friend. And we kind of went back into that same cycle, I guess, of love bombing me, right? And he was grooming me again, trying to make me feel comfortable so that I can trust him, and so that's when the belittling started. That's when the abuse started, the gaslighting, the crazy making, and him triangulating me with other people, especially his ex. Like, my narc used to always triangulate me with his ex-girlfriend, or the girlfriend that he was with. I guess he said he was with her for 5 years, and she apparently did not care that he had side chicks. Because I remember he said that as long as she was okay, she didn't care who else he was dealing with. I think he used to always say, as long as she doesn't see, like, if she doesn't see it, then it doesn't matter. Like, it was so weird. Like, I guess he had kind of gotten her programmed to dealing with him, or he groomed her so much and love bombed her that she would accept less, and he was trying to get me to be that way. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And hey, Blue Flash, long time no hear. How are you? And Chris, you say you good? That's awesome. What did you guys do today for your Sunday? Did you do anything fun? Or you guys just chilling out, relaxing for the most part? And what happened? Have you guys dealt with narcissists? What happened when you broke no contact with your narc? I love to hear. Please feel free to share, you guys. Thank you for the likes. And if you guys want to donate to my channel, you could definitely donate via Cashapp, which would be $Coach Joy 510. Or you can also donate via PayPal, right? And or via Zelle. I believe it should be at livenarcfree9@gmail.com. It's always appreciated. And thank you to those of you that already have done that. Thank you so much. That's good, Blue Flash. Blue Flash, where are you located at again? You're in India, right? Are you in India? But yeah, you guys, so I really regret breaking the no contact, because it pretty much ended up being a disaster for me. It ended up leaving to me feeling devastated and heartbroken because essentially once I rejected the narc, once I gave him that narc injury, he pretty much was obviously future faking me and making me believe that we were going to be together. Once I had, kind of got my things right. Cause at that point in time, I was in transition because I was pretty much sleeping. I was living from couch to couch, and I wasn't really stable. And he was like, yeah, once you get your place and, we'll be together and all that stuff. And meanwhile, he already had a girlfriend, so he was kind of like trying to basically set me up to fail, to disappoint me. And narcissists, they love to disappoint us, right? Oh, hi, Tiana. How are you? Yeah, Blue Flash. I remember. Yeah, you were in India. How was it out there? More specifically, Kolkata. Okay, nice. I always wanted to visit India. Where's everybody from in the room? Let me know. I love to hear. But yeah, so when you break no contact, it's devastating because like once you realize the narcissist doesn't change, because I feel like a lot of us, we may break no contact because we miss them. We feel like maybe they realize their mistakes. We feel like they may change and see their ways. But once we start to get back into that relationship, we realize that the narcissist is not changing. They're only going to get worse. The abuse is going to get worse. The crazy making, the gaslighting, the triangulation, the belittling, their sense of entitlement, their power and control over you, the manipulation, So yeah. Oklahoma. Hey, Cindy. And Chrissy said you just been chilling, Tiana, Florida. Okay, cool. Florida. What part of Florida? And what part of Oklahoma, Cindy? If you guys don't mind me asking. Yeah, I really enjoy chatting with you guys. That really always makes my day. I love you guys so much. I really do appreciate you. But yeah, man. Try not to break no contact. I know it's hard. I know it's so hard because the narcissist will literally do anything to get a response out of us. And it's like, I get it. We're empaths. Some of us are HSPs, highly sensitive people. We really care about others. And it's nothing wrong with caring about people. And if you were dealing with a narc, 9 times out of 10, you really did love this person. You really did care about them. So let's say you haven't heard from them maybe in like a month or two. Maybe it could be 6 months. Maybe it could be a year, and they reach out to you and you want to know what's going on. Maybe you want to know, like, is there hope? Is there a possibility that they may be better? But again, you will realize there's no change. Nothing has gotten better. It's only got worse. And what usually happens is when we break that no contact, they actually go out of their way to hurt you even more than they did before. When you previously, let's say you gave them a narc injury or they gave you the silent treatment or something like that, and you go back, they hurt you a lot worse, right? So the recovery and the healing process, it takes even longer because we broke that no contact. But it happens. We make mistakes, right? No, none of us are perfect. So don't beat yourself up. I always say that, because we don't know what we're dealing with a lot of the times, because if we did, we probably would have left a lot sooner. Or, maybe it could just be something inside of us where we need to work on ourselves, where we need to know that we deserve better. We deserve more than being abused in a relationship. You guys know what I mean? And so, yeah. Okay, Tiana, you said Tampa. Cool. Chris, you said no, Saratoga. Okay, Sarasota. And then Blue Flash said we've been to Florida for almost a year now. Oh, okay. Wait, you said we've been friends. Oh, okay. I thought you said Florida. I'm like, wait, you're in India. And I see. Yes, we have been friends, Blue Flash. And Cindy, you said Tulsa. Okay. I always wanted to go to Oklahoma. I thought it would be like super cool. Now, you guys know with everything going on with COVID, did you guys hear they're saying like if you go out of the country and then if you come back, they're requiring us to take a negative, you have to have a test done and it has to be a negative, right? Now, I don't know if you guys heard too, but they're saying that they're giving people false positives, right? So basically, let's say if you go to the Dominican Republic and you get a test, right? Because you're trying to come back home, they're saying if you get the test and it's positive, you're basically stuck in the Dominican Republic. So I'm just kind of like, I'd rather just do domestic. Like, did you guys hear that as well? Like, there's so many restrictions, so please be careful, you guys out there. So, yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about, because I know sometimes we run into this pitfall of, going back to the narcissist, just running back to what it is that we know. And I get it. It's like we don't want to start over. We don't want to get to know someone new. So what usually happens is, let's say you dealt with the narcissist, they may have hurt you, broke your heart, but then let's say you meet someone else, right? And maybe the narcissist shows back up, and then, but the narc is here, but you have the new person. What we usually do is we choose the narcissist because we've been knowing that person longer. And then what we do is we break that new person's heart, right? And so that's what happens. And the unfortunate part about that is that we do end up getting back karma because, we wasn't really ready to move on, and so we kind of lead that new person on. So that's why I'm always like, hey, heal, recover. Don't try to move on so fast. Be single for a while, because, you may have those times they call them like withdrawals, where you're like, I miss this person. I want to be with them. I want to know if they love me. I want closure. Sometimes we be like, we want closure, but we don't get it, or we just probably want to hear the narcissist apologize, but they don't apologize, right? The narcissists, they never think that they did anything wrong. It's all the victims and the survivor's fault, right? So definitely understand that. But yeah, so when you break no contact, it's definitely something. It can hold you back. It holds your recovery process back. It stops you from moving forward. And again, it's not something that, a lot of us, we don't do this on purpose. I think a lot of us, we do this subconsciously. Myself, I remember when I broke the no contact, like, I was just thinking like, well, maybe they would change. Maybe they would be like, oh, they don't want to have a main person and a side chick, or other, like, multiple side chicks. Like, what I had to learn was that this person, this is just who they are. Like, because I'm with them and how they gassed me up in the beginning, or they love bomb me and put me on that pedestal, I'm not going to change them. They are who they are. Like, there's nothing that I can do. There's, no matter how great I am, no matter how pretty I am, no matter how much I have to offer, this person is still going to be who they are no matter what. And they're going to do that with the next person as well. Like the new supply, the new victim, I like to call, right? They're still going to do all that stuff. It doesn't matter what I do at all, So when I break that no contact, I'm just holding myself back from real true love. I'm holding myself back from success, and anything else that I want to do with my life, right? But again, that's something that I had to learn, And you guys, please feel free to ask me questions as well about narcissists or anything in general. And so, Christopher, you said there was this girl named Celera Robinson. I was nice to her, but she did not like me back then. Does she like me now? So you're saying you was nice to her, she didn't like you, but now she likes you right now, you're saying? And it just depends. That's interesting how people do it. I think it's like a game. I feel like people... And I think this is like once you're like still learning about love and yourself and relationships, I think people, they like the challenge, and they also want what they can't have. And it's like they feel like if they can have you, then it's like it's not worth it, or they just don't like you, or maybe they feel like you're too nice. Because I know a lot of people, they say, like, whether it's guys or girls, they're saying like if they're dating someone and they're so sweet, so nice to them, and people would be like, you're too nice, like I'm not interested, like, because some people are used to being treated bad. That's all they know. So like when someone good comes around, they don't know how to appreciate them. They push them away, or they mistreat them, So that's the unfortunate part about dating and relationships. It's really sad. Like, I actually want to make another video about like how a lot of us, we reject people that really want to love us, but then we accept people that abuse us and mistreat us, right? So isn't that a crazy dynamic? But that's the reality. And Janae says, I have a kid with the narc. Oh, I'm so sorry. I know it sounds crazy, but I mean, not that you have a kid, but that, that you have it with the narc, because that's going to be, a living hell, unfortunately. Right. And Janae, you said, yeah, they never change at all. Never change. Blue Flash, you said There's this fact that narcs tend to marry. Yeah, they do marry early. A lot of them, they will marry quickly, right? Just some of them just do it just because like society may expect them to do it, or maybe they don't want to feel like weird, or they just kind of want that primary supply that's always available to them at all times, right? But you guys know, again, they always have other sources of supply. You're never the only person, right? And I thought that I could change that person by me breaking no contact. I'm thinking like, well, maybe they learned their lesson, by me turning them down. Maybe that should have taught them like, hey, you don't need to have more than one person. But no, like this person, that's who they are. We don't change them. If a person, it doesn't have to be a narc. It could be anyone, just like a normal person. If that normal person wants to change, they're going to change. Now, if they don't want to change, then that's what they're not going to do. It's just on the individual, right? It's up to them. They have to want that change for themselves. Now, if they're narcissistic, if they're like, hey, I'm bigger and better than everybody else, people are beneath me, I'm superior over everyone else, I feel entitled to everything that you have. If anything negative happens in a relationship, it's all your fault. It's never my fault, and just very abusive and manipulative and controlling, and belittling people, mistreating them, humiliating them. If they're doing that, they're a narcissist, So, but again, if you're normal, yeah, you won't do those kinds of things. But yeah, narcissists, they'll marry early though, and they'll do it like quickly, with like, let's say it's a new supply, and maybe they feel like that new supply has a lot of things to offer, resources, finances. Maybe the narc could feel like this person can get them somewhere, the narcissist will marry that person, and the female narcs, right? They will actually marry for money, and men do that too, but it's more so the female narcs. They usually do that. And in the relationship, the female will control the money. And sometimes too, the female narcs, they will pretend to be pregnant to stop that person from moving on. Very controlling, very jealous too, very envious. They don't like people to get close to their victims and their survivors. They like to destroy or sabotage your relationships. The female narcs are like that, right? And Janae, you said they love playing. Oh yeah, mind games is their thing. They are like pros at playing mind games. I'm going to turn off my heater. Give me 1 second, you guys. It's always so loud every time I do a video. I'm like, I need to hear. But yeah, they are masters. Actually, and I don't know if you guys know this, but some narcissists actually study like people, and they study the brain, and they study like mind manipulation. I think it's called NLP. Are you guys familiar with that? I think it's called, don't quote me, but the neuralistic, the neuro-linguistic programming? Have any of you guys ever heard of that? Where it's like you can actually kind of program a person and you can put them in a trance. Like, it's really crazy, right? Because I remember like I used to be around the narc, and he would say certain things, and he would say it like over and over and over and over and over again. So it was almost like he was trying to program me, right? So yeah, it's really crazy like how they are. Like, they study humans, like their emotions and how they react to things. And they people watch, right? I know I talked about that before, that they actually people watch. Like, my narc he admitted to me, he's like, hey, yeah, like I'll go to Starbucks and I'll watch people talk and how they interact with certain things. And he really loved to watch movies, because narcissists are actors. They're actually acting. They're not even being real. Like, most of them don't even have personality, you guys. Like, that's how crazy they are, And Blue Flash, you said, my American boss calls me an SB and says he's an SB too. What? Is that right? That's crazy. Oh, so you have an American boss? Do you like work from home or something, Blue Flash, or what? And Tiana, you says the narcissistic stare that they give you is creepy. Yes, it is. It's creepy as hell. I know that my narc did that to me. Probably was before I went no contact. I went no contact with the narc for like 2 weeks, right? But that was before he did that stare. He did that stare because he wanted me to be his side chick. He wanted me to fall in line with like how his other supplies did. But yeah, he was sizing me up. and he gave me that stare. And he also did the stare to me one time when we were out on a date. And this was like in the beginning, I didn't realize like it was a stare like that. Cause you know how you're in a connection with someone and yeah, you want to acknowledge that, hey, that person is beautiful. Like, yeah, I want them to know I like them a lot. But at a certain point, it gets uncomfortable, especially when it's too long and it's like they're not blinking. And it's just like, wait a minute, why are you looking at me like this? You know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely had that experience. But at first, when I saw that stare, I thought he really liked me, But then the other time when he did it, I was just like, okay, this is really uncomfortable. And I want to say the second time we did the stare, you guys, I'm not even joking. I'm trying to see how long it was for. It probably had to be for about 30 to 40 seconds. Like, cause it's hard not to blink, right? And not to like look away. But literally, you guys, he was looking at me dead in my eyes. There was no blinking, no emotions, nothing. Like, can you imagine how uncomfortable that was? And even another time, I remember, I think it was the last time I actually saw the narc, that I actually went to visit him. And I was kind of getting that feeling that something was off. Like I had a feeling like he was up to no good when I was pulling up, because when I went to see him, I had to go through this like garage. And I remember like just looking at him, and he was just like looking at me as if he's like, yeah, I'm about to hurt you. I'm about to get you. Like it was just like my aunt did the same thing. So it's just so crazy, you guys. But yeah. Boo Flashy says, wonder how the interaction would go between a narc and an SB. Yeah, I wonder too. That's crazy. You say you work from home online. Okay, cool. Yeah, same here. As per, just kind of refresh my memory on that, Blue Flash. What's that? SB? What is that? Cindy, you said minds stared at you all the time. Yeah, Cindy, they do it. It's like their memo. And again, I think that a lot of us, we get tricked. We get fooled because we're thinking like, this person loves me. This person is so interested in me. And also, I think too, for those of us that maybe wasn't used to getting that attention from our parents, we soak that up because we're like, oh my God, like someone is finally paying attention to me. Someone finally sees my worth. I'm finally being heard. I'm finally being seen. I'm finally being paid attention to, right? For those of us that was deprived when we was younger, we didn't get that. So the narcissist knows that though, you know what I mean? They know that about us, right? Especially if we open up and we tell them certain things, they listen. Remember, the narcissist listens to everything. They're very like, okay, this is going to sound crazy, you guys, but some narcissists are actually pretty smart. They're actually pretty intelligent, right? They know exactly what they're doing, So if you open up and you say, hey, my childhood wasn't the greatest, maybe my mom neglected me, my dad neglected me or something like that. It wasn't, I always felt alone. Bam, the narcissist got you, because now they're going to show you all that attention, all that affection. You're going to be like, oh my God, I'm in love. Like, yes, this person's giving me all this attention, and yes, this is the one. Bam. That's our mind kind of, it does that, automatically, and the narcissist knows this, So yeah. You says the Asperger's syndrome. Okay. Kind of explain that to me a little bit, Blue Flash. That's like my first time hearing about that. What is that? And Sophisticated Bree, you said, and they like to know everything about you. Yes. And use it against you. Yes, they do. And you said, and they keep their life very brief. Sure do. But why don't they talk about their childhood and their upbringing? I think because they don't really want us to know like who they are. If they really shared like who they are to us, I think a lot of us, we would have ran a lot sooner. But yeah, they're very secretive because they know like once you find out who they are, you're not going to be interested in them. You're not going to be giving them supply, and they need us, right? The narcissists they're weak too, because they need their supply. Without us, who are they? Think about it, right? So yeah. And I know, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm like so embarrassed to admit this, but like I honestly made the mistake. But again, I was younger. I'm 31 now, but at the time I was 21. And so, again, when I met the narc, I'm telling you guys, it was so innocent. I didn't think that I was going to fall in love with this person again. He was a mentor of mine, or at least I thought he was a mentor, and he was involved in music production. And I I always grew up around music, right? I kind of grew up in the church and all that stuff with music and the choir. You know how it is, right, you guys? So from that point on, I started to watch that TV show. You guys remember that show called Making the Band? I really love that show. And I was always like just so inspired. And then when I saw the Narc, he had like his online business and everything. He was like, hey, if you want to learn how to make music production or you want to learn how to make beats, like hit me up. So I did. I hit him up. I wasn't expecting anything out of it. I'm like, we was just going to do business and that's it, but it kind of turned, it kind of developed into more later on. But what I did, you guys, I made a mistake. It happens. But the narcissist asked me to write down my goals and my dreams on an index card, you guys. So I'm basically telling him like what my goals and my dreams are, what I want. And so I'm giving him the opportunity to like break my heart or the opportunity to know everything about me so he can become that person, so he can easily act it out and pretend to be like what it is that I want. So again, we make mistakes and it happens, right? Like I said, I was 21, so I had no idea about narcissistic abuse. But now that I look back, I'm like, wow, so it happens to the best of us, right? And so, let's see, Christopher, you said Williams syndrome to be exact. Okay, yeah, that's my first time hearing about that. So that's good to know. I could definitely do some research on that. And Tiana, you said both of my parents are covert narcs. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. I know, like I said, my aunt was a narcissist that I lived with for 5 years. And, God rest her soul. I mean, I don't know this to be true or not, but you got to remember, like, in order for a person to be a narc, they had to learn it from somewhere else. So I'm just like, was my grandma a narc? Like, I don't know, because I know for sure my aunt was. So she had to learn that behavior from somewhere, so... yeah. And the thing that's crazy, I feel like it's so dangerous, especially the female narcs, is they are in control of children and they can teach and, the children can learn bad habits from their parents, right? Whether good or bad, but they learn the things that they see from their parents. And so I feel like the female narcs, they have more control over children. So they can actually make narcissists, you know what I mean? So I feel like they have a really big responsibility. Men too, but female, a lot of people kind of gravitate more towards their mothers. They kind of listen to their mom a little bit more, So yeah. And Blue Flash, you said narcs also lie through their teeth. Yes, they sure do. With not a care in the world, with no sympathy, no regrets, no empathy at all. Like if they exploit you in some way, they don't care. And like I always say, like they think we deserve it, you guys. So just be mindful of that. Chris, you said your mom is one. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And Janice says, my narc used to withhold sex and affection. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yeah, and they do that a lot. I want to make a video about that. Thank you for that that comment, Janae. Yeah, I know my narc. Now, again, this is so embarrassing, you guys. And I really like how I can just be open and honest with you guys, because this is, like I said, I went through this. This is real life experience. And so like when I was dealing with my narc, we never had sex, you guys. And obviously, I still fell in love. But we just used to like kiss a lot and cuddle with each other, but we never had sex, right? But I remember one time that I spent the night at his place, right? And I remember he just kind of like, he kissed on me a little bit, right? Kind of like the whole foreplay stuff. And, but he never like, did anything else. And so I feel like that was kind of his way of like withholding, because I'm not going to lie, like I was kind of wanting it, but at the same time, I was like, and then before I had spent the night, there was a previous time before when I was over at his place and we was kind of like in the mood and he was like, hey, do you want to go in a room? And I was like, no, I'm good. So I was still kind of like, I'm good. But I think when I had spent the night, I think he was kind of like withholding it as a way of control, so they definitely do that. Right. And so Cindy, you said, oh my gosh, at Blue Flash. Yes. Every single word. Yeah. Every word is a lie, you guys. That's their memo. It's like, they're literally pathological liars. Like that's just what they do. They don't know what anything else. And Chris, you said, my mom never loved me. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. It's really sad. it's so sad because again, they are teaching us, or even like when you're a child, you're learning like, oh, I'm not supposed to receive love. So again, when we meet someone, as we grow older, we become adults, we meet others that don't love us, or we turn down people that really want to love us. You know, I've been in that cycle, you guys, and I'm going to make a video about that because I feel like a lot of us, we do go through that, you know, where it's like we reject those that really want to love us, but then we accept those that mistreat us. And it's only because we've had, you know, living in home environments of people that never loved us, people that never cared about us, people that never showed us attention, you know, people that never really got to know us for who we really are. But unfortunately, we learned that that was home, and that's how relationships was supposed to be. And that's not true at all. You know, in a relationship, you're supposed to get love. You're supposed to get affection and attention and support, you know, not necessarily saying you're going into the relationship for love. I mean, because at the end of the day, only you can make you happy. It all comes from within, inside. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But, let's see. And then Blue Flashy says, Asperger's or apes find it difficult to express. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm definitely learning something new. That's interesting. Yeah, okay. And then, yeah, Blue Flat, you said lie about simple things. So yeah, Janae, they do lie about simple things. It's sad. Yep. And Tiana, you say your brother is a narcissist. Aw, I'm sorry to hear that. And Blue Flash, you said narcs are also known to have less of sex because they're afraid. Yes, they are afraid of intimacy. Yes, indeed they are. Because they don't want us to get too close, because they don't want us to find out who they really are. The monsters, right, that they really are. You know, they're empty souls. Like there's no love at all when you're dealing with the narc. That's why I say it's so sad, like when they pretty much play us. They play us for a fool, because again, we actually love, like we can have that capacity to love, but the narcissist, that's what makes them so jealous of us, because they can't love. That's what a narcissist is. They don't have any empathy. They have no sympathy at all. Nothing, right? No feelings, nothing. Only thing that they like hate, they like anger, they like envy, they like jealousy. Anything that's bad, they like, right? If they see that you're happy, they love that. I mean, I'm sorry, if they see that you're unhappy, they love that. Or they want to get you upset, right? They want to ruin your day, ruin your birthday, ruin holidays, ruin special occasions. They love that. They want to see you cry. They want to see you sad. They want to see you miserable. They want to see you alone. They want to see you single. They want to see you successful, you know? They love that. And that's why it's our duty as the victims and the survivors is to move on, to be successful, to be happy, you know, live your life, travel the world, whatever it is that you want to do, you know, prove them wrong, make them feel like a fool for mistreating you, you know, make them regret it. All right, let's see. Blue Flashy says narcs are also, oh wait, I read that one. So Sophisticated Breeze said, my narc, you said, I told him my goals and dreams, and for punishment, he would tell me that people my age already have businesses and are successful, etc. Try to make me feel like shit. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, they will do that. They will do that. That's why I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe I literally wrote everything on an index card. So I was basically telling him everything about my life. And it's nothing wrong with opening up to people, but it's like you have to kind of get to know them first. Like, so that way you can learn to trust them and like them and etc. Right? But the narcissists are so manipulative, you guys. I'm telling you, it's just sad. But yeah, so that's all I have to say. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And like I said, I always love chatting with you guys. So make sure that you guys are subscribed to the channel, so that way you can always be notified when I do a live or upload a video. Thank you guys for tuning in. All right, I will be back next Sunday. We will be doing the same thing, talking about narcissists. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what was your biggest takeaway, what you guys learned, right? And share your experience, you know, what you gain. And if you guys want to learn about how you can work with me one-on-one, or how you can get more information about how to overcome narcissistic abuse with my 90-day coaching program, please feel free to email me at livenarc39@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you guys. And you also can visit my website to see everything else that I offer, all of my products and my services. all that good stuff. So yes, you guys, I look forward to hearing from you all. Take care. Be safe out there, right? Make sure you guys are staying safe away from the COVID, wear your mask, drink your water, take your vitamins, exercise, right? So you too, Tiana, you enjoy the rest of your day. You guys have a good one. I love you so much. All right, take care. Bye, guys. Oh, and don't forget, follow me on Instagram at Live Narc Free. Also follow me on Facebook, like my Facebook page, Live Narc Free as well, right? So, yeah, subscribe, and I'll see you all. Have a good one. Bye, guys.